The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello my dear children, welcome back. In winter's chill or summer's heat, a farmer works so the world can eat. As we all know, the work of a farmer is hard and eventful. A farmer tills and toils in the farm to produce good products. In today's class, we are going to learn a short play in which a farmer tries to sell his products. The play is written by Robert Scottlerow. Robert Scottlerow was born in New York. His short fiction and poems have appeared in hundreds of print and online journals and anthologies. In 2003, he was the recipient of Zone 3's Rainmaker Award in Poetry. His book, Measuring the Distance, was shortlisted for the Da Vinci Eye Award and it received honorable mention for the Eric Hoffer Book Award. Now, let us begin the play. Clever Carla. In the city of Palermo, Italy, there lived a poor farmer and his young daughter Carla. The farmer worked hard to cultivate fine grains and fresh vegetables, which he sold at a nearby market. Carla helped her father by watering the plants and collecting the grains. Scene 1. One day, the farmer loaded his wagon with grains and hitched up his only horse. Farmer: wish me good luck, Carla. I am going to the market and hope to return before dark with my pockets filled with money. Carla: good luck, Papa. Do come back soon. I will have the rest of the grains collected by the time you come back. So, the short play takes place in the city of Palermo in Italy. There lived a poor farmer and his young daughter Carla. The farmer worked hard to cultivate fine crops which he used to sell in the nearby market, and his daughter helped him in his work. In the first scene of the play, we could see the farmer loading his wagon with the crops and set out to the market. He asked his daughter to wish him good luck. Carla wished her father and also promised to collect the rest of the grains at home. Okay. Scene 2. In the street. Merchant: hey, wait my good fellow. He picks up a handful of grains and admires them. I see you do fine work. Very fine indeed. He looks at the farmer with a sly grin. How much for everything? Farmer: 20 copper pieces for everything. Merchant: it's a deal. Here is the money. The merchant climbs onto the wagon, seats himself next to the farmer. Now step down and be on your way. Farmer: what's this? Merchant: come now, my dear fellow. Let us not argue. You did agree to sell me everything, didn't you? Farmer: well, yes, but... Merchant: I take you at your word. Everything includes your wagon and your horse. After all, a deal is a deal. If you don't agree with me, we will go before the judge. There is one just down the street. And in the next scene, the farmer met a merchant who appreciated him for his wonderful work. They had a deal by which the merchant fooled the farmer, saying that he had agreed to sell whatever he had including the horse and the cart. This led to a dispute and finally they reached the court. Moving on to the next scene. Scene 3 in the court. Judge, did you agree to sell everything? Farmer, well, yes, but... Judge, then a deal is a deal and you must do as you agreed. The farmer walks back home with the cruel merchant's laugh ringing in his ears. When he gets home, he explains everything to Carla just as it happened. Carla, what a greedy old man. But don't worry, Papa, I have an idea. Early the next day, Carla selected a basket full of the best ripe watermelons that the farmer had ever made. Carla, let me try my luck at selling these. So, in the third scene, the complaint was heard by the judge and passed the judgment to give away everything the farmer promised. The farmer felt sad, left home disappointed. He told his daughter what had happened that day. Carla told her father not to worry and promised him to find a way out. Carla went to the market carrying a basket full of the best watermelon that her father had ever made. Is it clear, children? Okay. Scene 4 in the street. Merchant, young lady, you look tired. Perhaps I can help you. Carla, that would be very nice indeed. She holds out a pair of watermelons. Merchant, how much for everything? He grins slyly, thinking he can make another good deal for himself. Carla, how much will you give me? The merchant takes 3 copper coins in his hand. Merchant, these are difficult times, lady. This is all I can offer. Carla, everything in your hand? Merchant, yes, certainly. Carla, then it is a deal. She holds out her hand for payment. The merchant grins slyly and slides the coins into her hands. Carla, oh, thank you. And I see that you have 3 lovely rings. I will have them as well. Thank you. They are very colorful. Merchant, what? You must be crazy. Carla, but you had agreed to give me everything in your hand, didn't you? And remember, a deal is a deal, just the way you had a deal with my father the other day. Merchant, oh no. Reluctantly, he removes the rings and gives them to Carla. He wipes his tears. She sees his tears and returns the rings. Carla, I can't cheat anybody as you did. My father taught me not to harm anybody. Take your rings back. The merchant looks at Carla in wonder. And in scene 4, she met the very same merchant who cheated her father. The merchant played the same trick on the girl. Carla agreed to sell the watermelon with everything he had. The deal was set with the 3 copper coins and the 3 rings on his fingers. The merchant was confused. But Carla reminded him of the deal which he has done with her father. The merchant felt ashamed. Since her father has taught her not to harm anyone, Carla returned his rings back. The merchant looked at her in wonder. Here the play ends. Is it clear, children? Okay. So, children, what do you understand from this play? Yes, what goes around comes around. What you do to others will come back to you. And here in Carla's case, she returned the rings back to the merchant as her father has taught not to harm anyone. Hope you understood the play. Read the play 2-3 times and do the activities in the textbook. Meanings of the words will be given later. Okay? And that's all for the day. I'll meet you in the next class. Till then, take care. Thank you.